Well, hello there, flying friends, and if you're new here, welcome. So today I am going to start my Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 series. If you are new to the channel, welcome. And if you are a long-time subscriber, thanks for coming back to watch my Flight Simulator series. If you're new to the channel, this is normally a fishing channel, as you can see by my VR Fisherman name, but I've had some issues with wearing my VR headset, so I'm taking a break from that and doing a little bit of Flight Simulator 2024. So this is going to be my series for a little bit, and yeah, I am fairly new at Flight Simulator 2024. Been around Flight Simulator for quite a few years. I've never gotten really involved into it. I just do it for a hobby. So I'm not an expert at Flight Simulator. So yeah, I just like to have fun, but the career mode on Flight Simulator 2024 has really sparked a lot of interest in me. So yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot. Let's get that started. So like I said, I've already started this. I only have my private pilot's license and commercial pilot's license. Currently I have a little over 21,000 credits. You need 26,000 credits to start a company. So I'm working my way up to 26,000 credits so I can start a company. And I'll try to figure out what company I want to start. I've been watching other YouTubers who are a lot smarter than me at this game, getting a lot of hints from them. So I think I know what I'm going to do once I get to 26,000 credits, a little bit higher than that, maybe 30,000. But I'll bring that up when we get there. So for specializations, I've done first flight, ferry flight, flight seeing, skydiving, and cargo transport light. I'm guessing I'm probably going to start off with cargo transport light when I start my first company. I did see a little trick where they had you do, what was it? Oh, search and rescue. You search and rescue, you buy your first airplane at a really ridiculously low price, and you sell it, and then you start a medium transport and make a ton of money. So I might go that route when I get to that level. So let's go back to the headquarters here, and let's go out to missions. I'm just going to fly a quick, simple mission tonight. This is just a little test video just to see how my audio levels sound. And yeah, so let me know in the comments how the audio sounds, if it sounds good, if I need to raise the game audio, if I need to raise my microphone audio, stuff like that. So yeah, this is going to be just a little test just to see how people, if they enjoy it, stuff like that. So I'm just going to do a first flight. First flight is pretty much the same as when I got my private pilot's license. I'm just making money with it. So let's see, where else can we go? There's really not a whole lot of fun stuff. Tell you what, let's go down here to Kansas City. Let's find a first flight in Kansas City, just so we're flying around somewhere interesting to look at besides just flat land. Maybe there'll be some big buildings or something. Let's see, Kansas City downtown. I could do that's an hour-and-a-half flight, and I could show you a little trick on that to bump it up a little bit faster. If we wanted to do that hour-and-a-half flight, maybe not. Yeah, let's do that. Let me do this hour-and-a-half flight. So it won't be a first flight. We're gonna actually do a ferry flight. So we're going to be taking somebody's airplane back to them. You know, maybe they had some work done to it in Kansas City, and they have to have it brought down to them. So I'm going to take their airplane back to them. Now I'm going to accept this mission. We're going to start the flight. All right, and for your information, I am using a Thrustmaster Hotas joystick. I do have a full setup of rudder pedals and yoke, and I have 2 throttles, all kinds of junk. But just for these videos, just to make it quick and simple, I'm just using my Hotas. I got a whole bunch of buttons that I've watched another YouTuber that had a great tutorial on setting up the buttons. I will put a link in the description to go watch his video for setting up your Hotas if you have a Thrustmaster Hotas. The one I have here is basically from back when I had my PlayStation 3. This was a PlayStation 3 version, and it works on my PC as well. So that's what I've been using for many years. All right, so let's go into the settings here. Let's go into the settings real quick. I want to show you something here. To bump this up, I am gonna... Alright, so my clock went off, so I thought I would pause while my clock was going off. So I'm gonna go into my settings and show you some keyboard bindings that I have to speed things up a little bit. So I am gonna search by input, and we're gonna look at sim rate. So what you would do is you would go into your keyboard, you would type in sim rate, and what you're gonna want to do is set up a key binding for increasing your sim rate and decreasing your sim rate. And that way, if you do like a hour and a half, 2-hour flight, and you don't want to sit there for an hour and a half or 2 hours, you only want to sit there for 15 minutes maybe to make your money, you can actually increase your sim rate. So I have what's called a Stream Deck. I'm using the Stream Deck app. If you get, I don't have the actual physical Stream Deck. I have a Stream Deck app, and I'm just using the free version. You have 6 buttons on the free version, and you can actually switch between pages as well. I'll throw a picture of that up on the screen here so you can kind of see what I'm using. So you can get that for free. There is a paid version as well for $50 lifetime. You can get like up to 64 buttons if you want to do like an iPad with a whole bunch of buttons. And I might do that later. Right now I'm just using the free version and it's working great. I can switch between these 2 tabs. And these are the buttons that I really need. Maybe later I'll add some more. And like I said, maybe I'll buy the $50 one. But for now, this free version is working great. And so I have these key bindings set to my sim rate so I can decrease and increase my sim while I'm in the game. So let's go back into the game. All right, so here we are in the mission. Hopefully I'm going to get 203,000 XP and 4,090 credits. That's going to get me really close to where I need to go. Let's get flying on that.
One eternity later.
Okay, so that last flight, actually I tried 2 flights since that last flight. I gave up on the loading. I sat there for a half hour waiting for that thing to load, and it did not want to load. So I am going to do another ferry flight. This one's a little bit farther north. It's not in the Kansas City area, so hopefully it won't take so long to load. I'm wondering if it's just Kansas City area was killing it. I don't know if it was a live data or what, but unfortunately this is a online game only, so you have to deal with their servers. Load times sometimes can take forever. So if it's too long, I give up and then I just try to find another mission. So let's see, I'm going to accept this one and see if it's any faster. So this one is also going to be 4,710 credits, 233,000 XP. So I'm still going to get all my XP and all my credits that I wanted if it loads. Let's give it a shot. Oh my goodness. That was 110 times faster. That took a minute. Matter of fact, I didn't even have to pause my recording. So, all right, let's get started here. To get started, you're outside. This is cool. This is something that's new with Flight Simulator 2024. You actually can walk around outside. And go ahead and take the engine cover off. Take this pilot cover, or PTOT. I don't know if I said that right. I don't know. And we're going to remove the chocks and head inside. All right, so once we are in here, I am going to actually pop this out, this display out, and put it on my alternate monitor, my right monitor here. So you just hit the Alt button, your right Alt button. Your left Alt button does not work. You got to click on your right Alt button. You see the little plus sign right there in the middle? Yep. You're going to click on that, and that is going to actually open up on my second monitor. And now I have a nice large screen where I cannot read this. It's so small without my reading glasses. I can read the one that's on my right screen much easier. And I'll throw a little picture up here so you can see what that looks like. Actually, once I get it going, because right now it's just a black screen. All right, let's get this started. I am going to start my engine. I have a button on my joystick that does that.
Hi, it's Brandon, the hangar supervisor. Thanks for
Brandon.
taking care of this ferry flight.
Absolutely.
Today's job involves getting this 172 Skyhawk to Quentin Anniston Field as soon as possible. The owner's aircraft was in for maintenance.
Yep.
And now that it's fixed, he wants it flown back.
Yep, that's what they're always
Mr.
maintenance
Lawrence,
flights.
the owner, is expecting you at the
They're
destination
too lazy
on
to
time.
come down here and get them
Now give
themselves,
this
so they
beautiful
pay somebody
bird
else
the
to do it.
VIP treatment it deserves. Take care.
Or they have the money to pay somebody else to do it, I should say. All right, let me announce my taxi. I'm just going to hit my enter key.
2 Mike November, 4 traffic Cessna November 51746 is taxiing to runway 9er.
Is this the runway right here? I mean, I guess so. That's the runway right there. All right, it's a dirt runway. I'm gonna announce a takeoff.
2 Mike November, 4 traffic Cessna November 51746 taking off runway 9er west
Hit
departure.
my parking brake. I'm entering the runway. And we're going to go down here to the end. Let me reduce my speed a little bit. Going a little fast. Actually, if you look down here, it's 3 knots, 1 knot. So you just got to keep that underneath 15 and you're doing okay. So if you go above 15, then it knocks off points. So yep, I just need to keep that under 15 when I'm cruising around on the ground. Nope, I'm not paying attention. I'm actually texting my wife. Oh, whoa. Okay, well, that's funny. Let me get turned around here. I got a text at the same time, and I looked down and kind of missed what I was doing. Cruising around out in the field. At least it's not docking me anything for it. Let's look outside. Let's see. Look at him. The farmers are going to be all upset with me. Alright, so it's okay. Got a grass runway here. And yeah, let's take off. Stream Deck back up and running. I switched it off a bit. I'll need it once we get into the air. Actually, I can actually go into the air now. 69 knots, that's plenty. Climb to 1,600 feet. Bring my RPMs down a little bit. I want to keep it in the green. At least keep it out of the red. And my RPMs are going to be right here. So as you can see, I'm keeping it up here in the green. Don't want to get it into the red. And I don't want to stall. I need to pay attention to my angle there. And now we're going to go to 2,600 feet. We're going to do a turn here. Now, you don't have to follow this path. So I don't have to follow that path exactly. I can actually go ahead and do a little bit steeper turn. And start heading the direction I want to head right away. Oh, look at that windmills down there. Look outside. That's pretty cool. Neat. Yeah, the graphics on this are pretty good. I have an RTX 5070 Ti. I just got it basically for this game. Before that, I had the RTX 3060. And it did okay, but I couldn't do really high resolution. I couldn't max anything out. I had to do it like medium resolution or medium graphics. So I splurged a little bit, overpaid for a 5070 Ti. But it should last me for a few years. hopefully. I don't play a lot of high graphic games. Flight Simulator is probably the most graphic intense game that I have right now. So other than that, I've played games like Minecraft. So yeah, not a big deal. Get that over here. I'm gonna kick on my autopilot, and I'm gonna come over here and go to my heading. And my heading is going to follow that little blue heading indicator right there. And I want to save my altitude right now as well. So, oh, it's not doing heading, it's doing roll. There we go. I want to do heading. I was going to kind of move over. Basically, I want these two lines here to line up. So as you can see, I'm not going to be following that route exactly. It's weird that it has that over here, but yet you're supposed to have this lined up. So it's going to go over here, and then once it gets here, now I'm going to hit on navigation. That's going to bring my GPS up here. It's going to keep doing this heading straight that way until it reaches that line, basically, and then it'll switch over to GPS, and it's going to follow that. Once it does that, I am going to increase my sim rate. Oh, there you go. It just kicked into GPS mode. So now it's really going to jump over there. It's going to grab that line, and then it's going to turn around, and then it's going to follow it. Once it starts following that, I'm going to increase my sim rate, and we're going to take a hour and a half flight and hopefully make it about 10-15 minutes. Let me decrease my RPM so I'm not in the red there. 2300 to 2500 is usually about where I keep it. Alright. Alright, so we're good. Now I'm going to hit my increase sim rate button, and we're going to start flying really fast. I'm going to do it 4 times. As you can see, look at that. We're going 80 nautical miles pretty quickly. So now I can look outside, and you can see that we're flying jet speeds in a Cessna 172. There's not a whole lot out here to look at. So, we're going to get there, though. This video is just a test to see basically how my audio is and how you guys enjoy watching this flight sim video. I thought about doing some live streams. I was going to do the career mode, of course. Work my way through the career mode. I still need to get different certifications and stuff like that. Well, I'll go through those with you together, getting different certifications and work on doing my testing. Doing the testing is pretty easy. You got to pay for your testing, so like I want to say it's like 10,000 credits to get my next certification. Maybe for twin engine or something like that is 10,000 credits, something like that. But yeah, so I am gonna just speed through here and 100 miles an hour, 100 million miles an hour. I am on low fuel. Let me add a little bit of fuel. I actually have a button as well. I'll bring that up on the screen. I have a button that adds fuel. It's a little cheaty button. It's another thing that I did key binding on is to increase fuel. So yeah, you can add a key binding to increase fuel while you're flying. Because with these long flights, the game actually doesn't give you enough fuel unless you go in and request and add fuel. So I have a little button, a little cheaty button that I do that to add the fuel. Switch back here to my sim rate so that when I get closer, I can slow it down. Now, if I really wanted to, I could just hit Alt-N and skip to the landing part. But you lose out on experience points, and you lose out on a little bit of money. If you don't skip anything, you earn that. And increasing and decreasing the sim rate doesn't affect you as far as it doesn't think that you're skipping. So you can increase and decrease your sim rate with no penalty. Let's go ahead and switch back inside. And I'm getting about 9 miles, 8 miles away. Let me go ahead and start slowing down my sim rate. 3, 4. Alright, so that should be normal sim rate. One of the ways you can check is you can bring this up here and you can start your stopwatch and watch your seconds, and that looks normal. So that's how I can tell how if my sim rate is normal. And I'll go ahead and reset that. Close out of there. And press my button here to where I can see where I'm going. I can see a little bit over the top of my dash there. And we're getting closer. Now I have to announce my arrival. And if your enter key doesn't work, you can actually go up here and announce it right here as well.
1746, 6 miles east 2900. Fort inbound to land runway tree 6.
And it is AI that talks to you, so it's tree 6 and not 36. But yeah, so if you hit your enter key and it doesn't work, you can just bring up your communications and you have all of your, you just click on it with your mouse. I've had to do that many times because the enter key sometimes just doesn't work for some reason. This game, although it is really fun, it's got pretty great graphics, it's got a lot of glitches still. And it's, you know, it's been around since end of 2024, I believe, and it still has a ton of glitches, but it's still a lot of fun. Look at that. I got splatters all over my windshield, all the bugs. Alrighty. So let's see, where is the airport at? Oh, it's right there. I think that's the runway right there. Yeah, so it has you come up and go around. So I'm going to go over the runway and go up and around. And like I said, I don't have to follow that exactly, but I'll go up and I'll follow it a little bit. Somewhat. Yeah, I'll basically skip that part over here and just come around over here. Here's my runway right there. So, cool. Hopefully you enjoy these flight sim videos. I know I enjoy playing Flight Simulator. I've been playing Flight Simulator since Windows 3.1. One of the original Flight Simulator. I'll throw a picture up of what it looked like back in the day when I first started playing it. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not an expert at all on Flight Simulator. I have a lot of pilots in my family, and I've gone flying with them, and I really enjoy it. But I don't have a pilot's license, and this is all just, I do this for fun. But yeah. But I did that one, and then I had Flight Simulator 98. I think after that was Flight Sim 2000 is when I got that. Then I had Flight Sim 10, which Flight Sim X I think is what it was called. And now 2024. Well, I had Flight Sim 2020 as well. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's jump outside and take a look through the... Right down. There's the runway right there. We're just kind of flying over the top of it. Jump back inside. Start slowing down. Yeah, so you want to get that a lot lower. When I'm landing, I want to get that about 65, just over the runway, so I just kind of land smoothly on the runway. So I'm a little high right now, been not paying attention. Let me turn off my autopilot. Go ahead and take over. All right, autopilot is off. And I will slow down and start my descent. I'm a little off. That's okay. I'll get there. And so as long as I get there without crashing, I'm good. I'll get paid. Sure the dude doesn't want me to crash his airplane. You might be a little upset. Just got it fixed. Got it out of the shop. Crash. Yeah, I won't crash it. Knock on wood. Almost. So yeah, we're getting caught up to the markers. You can actually turn those markers off. I kind of like them. Like I said, I'm fairly new at this, so and sometimes I have trouble finding the airport, so it's pretty helpful to have those markers there. Unfortunately, you don't get those in real life, so you have to, use your eyes and kind of know where the runway's at. Because right now I'm doing visual flight. Haven't done my instrument flight rating yet. So that's one of the things I need to do, and we'll do that together on one of my videos coming up. So if you want to see that, and you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And you can watch me do my next ratings, and we can do it together. And who knows, maybe you'll enjoy these videos enough that you'll go out and buy Flight Simulator if you don't already have it. Or if you do have it, hopefully I'm entertaining enough. Let me go ahead and announce my landing. Hopefully we can learn together. Like I said, I'm learning, and I will teach you everything that I learn as well.
51746 is on final runway tree 6 to land.
Tree 6. I'm getting a little fast. It's okay. I'll be able to use up a lot of the runway here to slow down. Once I get here, now I will get close to the runway and I'll pull up, slow it down. That wasn't too bad of a landing. Slow down. That wasn't too bad. Reduce my speed. And I made it all the way to the end of the runway, and I used up some of the runway, so I didn't have to taxi all the way down here. Sweet. Alright, we'll come over here. It's going to have me hold short. And then it's going to have me park after that. Alright, I'll stop there. I'll announce my taxi.
Kilo Lima Yankee Victor traffic
Shows me where to go park.
51746 is taxiing to parking.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this career mode. It's a lot of fun. I mean, and past flight simulator games, you didn't have a career mode. All you had to do was you flew from wherever you wanted to fly, and you had nothing to do. You didn't have an objective, I should say. This gives you an objective. It just makes it a lot of fun. So I'm really enjoying this career mode. Flight Simulator 2024 has been awesome. And I can't make that sharp of a turn, so I am going to make a lot wider of a turn here. Might even have to push back. I have a pushback button on my phone that I use. Yeah, I'm going to have to do a pushback here. Push back and let it push me backwards. I can finish this turn. Now, if I had my rudder pedals and all that stuff on, oh, look at that. There's some more glitches. The plane's up in the air, sitting there parked. All right, so now let me. There we go. And we'll park.
Welcome to Lovern Township.
Woohoo,
I'm Mr.
we're here.
Morris. I hope the maintenance went
Got my
smoothly
parking
and
brake?
that you took good care of my plane. I was counting down the days
And
to get
shut
it
on
back.
the engine. All right, let's see how we did. Mission success. Woohoo! Hey, not too bad. 74%, 93 smoothness. I'll take that. 100% aviator performance. Sweet. I got an A. Didn't quite get an S. 2006 XP. I'll take it. That might bump me up to the next level. Yeah, look at that. 4,700 credits. That's going to get me some money that I need. Yep, I'm going to hit 17. Oh, 19. Wow, I jumped a lot. Nice.
How is your pilot career going?
It's going
Looks like
great.
You're growing faster than I could have imagined. I think it's time to introduce you to the freelance
Oh,
world.
no. Did I make
Let's
it?
talk business. This is the overview.
I
From here,
did.
you'll be
26,000
able to quickly
credits.
summarize the
I
progress
am
of your
ready
own companies.
to
Once you
purchase a
start your
company.
first business, this will be your first port of call to keep track of everything.
Nice.
But to start a new company, you firstly need to buy a company license. Being your own boss can be rewarding, more income
Yeah, I'm not
from each
gonna
successful mission,
do flight
and
seeing.
the ability to buy and custom. But those pros come with more responsibilities. If you own the aircraft, you're responsible for all maintenance fees.
Ooh,
And if you crash,
That's gonna
the
suck.
aircraft is lost.
but you do have
So what
insurance.
do you want to do? Don't worry if you're not ready. You can always come back here when you've made more progress and more licenses are available.
Right. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to start my company just yet. But yeah, stay tuned. So if you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.